Hi, this is Will Cook of the Will Cook Group with Keller Williams Luxury Homes. Welcome back to my video blog. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what is the pulse of our local real estate market during this pandemic. I want to first excuse myself for sounding a little bit hoarse as I'm suffering from some seasonal allergies. So if you'll bear with me, we'll get through this. I'm a little bit hoarse, so hopefully you're able to understand me. I wanted to touch base with all of you and talk a little bit about what some national economists are saying. I'd like to quote a few things and to give you some data that we're seeing coming through and how real estate is reacting to this pandemic. In this first slide, you're going to see that DataTree talks about the U.S. housing market is basically proven pretty incredibly resilient in the face of recent pandemics. They're also talking about SARS. And as history suggests, that the housing market is likely to fare better through pandemics and recover more quickly than the overall economy. We don't know exactly how this is going to all end up, but according to DataTree, the housing market has fared better than other industries during pandemics. As the national news starts to chime in and give a perspective on some research that they've been doing as well, they're noting, as you'll see in this next slide, CNBC talks about how evidence is mounting that homebuyers may be coming back to the market after demand plummeted in the past month due to coronavirus. I'll show you this next slide. It does show that showing activity is picking up and buyers are coming out of their homes and beginning to not only look at homes virtually online or through a FaceTime showing or Skype showing with their agent, but they're also beginning to venture out and look at homes in person. So that activity is encouraging in terms of how real estate is beginning to move. The National Association of Realtors conducted a flash survey in the beginning of May, and they discovered, as you'll see in this next slide, that 77% of potential sellers are making preparations to sell their home once the stay-at-home orders are lifted. So this is good news, and it's showing that people are beginning to get prepared to get back into a situation of getting more homes on the market, which has been one of our biggest challenges specifically in our area, is having such low inventory. And more evidence of this trend is illustrated in this next graph that you'll see, which was a statistical analysis done by Realtor.com. And you'll see in the first couple of weeks of March, there was substantial decrease in listing activity nationwide. It looks like it kind of bottomed out towards the end of April, and then it started to make a turn, and we've been on an upward trend for the last few weeks. This graph obviously goes through May 9th. This is also illustrated in our local activity, and I've pulled some local statistics for you. If you look at this next graph, you'll see in terms of how our market is in the Coachella Valley, you'll see these past 2 weeks. May 11th, we had 244 new listings taken. There were 124 new contracts written and 97 closings. As of this past week, you can see the trend increasing in listing activity, where there are now 275 new listings, 121 new contracts, and there have been 129 closings. I guess the bottom line is, while this pandemic is far from over, homes are still selling. We now take the necessary precautions that we need to take in order to show homes, in order to ensure your safety and the buyer's safety, in order to coordinate the transaction. So homes are selling if they're priced well. And if you're interested in discussing your unique situation, I'd love to have a conversation with you and talk to you about where prices are right now, where we think they might be going, and the demand for your specific home. Please feel free to reach out and just have a conversation if you like. I'm available if you can tolerate my hoarse voice. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you were able to understand me as I struggle through these allergies. And I hope you and your family stay safe and healthy. See you next time.